The waiting inside the ark. The ark floated in silence. 40 days of rain had passed, but the flood still covered the earth. Noah, his family, and the creatures waited in a world without land, without time, without answers. The sounds outside were no longer waves crashing or winds howling, only silence. A silence so loud it seemed to press against the wooden walls. Inside, Noah prayed. The days were long, but the faith was longer. No sign yet from the heavens. No promise fulfilled, only obedience sustained. But God had not forgotten them. God remembers Noah. Then the scripture says, God remembered Noah. Not that he had forgotten, but now he acted on behalf of his covenant. A divine wind began to move over the waters. The same spirit that once hovered over the deep in creation now stirred again to bring new life. The rain ceased. The sky cleared. The fountains of the deep were sealed. The breath of God began to push back the waters. Mountains began to rise from the depths once more. The ark, still afloat, now rested upon the mountains of Ararat, a name not yet known to Noah, but soon to become the cradle of humanity's second beginning. Sending the birds, Noah waited, and then he waited again. Days passed. He opened a small window and released a raven. It flew to and fro, never returning. Then he sent out a dove. It returned, finding no place to land. 7 days later, he sent it again, and this time it brought back a single olive leaf, plucked fresh from a tree that had survived the waters. A sign of peace, a sign of life. Noah waited again. 1 more week passed. The dove was sent again and did not return. The earth was drying. A new world was emerging. God speaks again. On the first day of the first month, Noah removed the covering of the ark. The ground was visible, though still not fully dry. But then, on the 27th day of the second month, God spoke again. It had been over a year. "Come out of the ark," said the Lord, "you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring out every living creature with you, so that they may multiply on the earth and be fruitful." And so Noah stepped out, the same man who entered a world filled with sin, now standing in a world washed clean. The first altar. The first act of Noah on dry ground was not to build shelter, but to build an altar. He took clean animals and offered burnt offerings upon it. The smoke rose into the sky, the first worship in a reborn world. God was pleased. The Lord said in his heart, "Never again will I curse the ground because of man's sin, even though every inclination of his heart is evil from childhood. Never again will I destroy all living things as I have done." It was a promise made in the smoke of worship, a vow of patience, not ignorance. The covenant of the seasons. God then declared a new covenant, not written on stone, but etched into the rhythms of creation. As long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night shall never cease. It was the beginning of order, the dawn of stability, a world that would turn on time, seasons and mercy, not wrath. Reflection. Flood to foundation. Genesis 8 isn't just about the waters receding, it's about the moment God lays the foundation for everything that comes after. He remembers, he renews, he restores. And in Noah's obedience, a quiet worship rises louder than the flood. This is what happens after judgment, not silence, but a second chance. In the next chapter, God will seal his covenant with a sign in the sky, a bow of color stretched across the heavens. But with that promise comes a new test, and a reminder that even a clean world can be stained again. Stay tuned.